He was a president defined by scandal. But there's so much more to Richard Nixon than just Watergate. Let's peel back the layers on one of America's most complex and controversial leaders. Did you know that before he was a politician, Nixon was a card shark? During his time in the Navy in World War II, he became an exceptionally skilled poker player. He reportedly won thousands of dollars from his fellow officers, a significant sum at the time, which he then used to help fund his very first congressional campaign in 1946. Talk about a strategic investment. Nixon's path to the White House wasn't a straight line. In 1962, after losing the California gubernatorial race, he famously told reporters, "You won't have Nixon to kick around anymore." It seemed like his political career was over. Yet, just 6 years later, he mounted one of the greatest political comebacks in American history to win the presidency. It's a powerful lesson in persistence, showing that a major defeat doesn't have to be the final chapter. Once in office, his administration was packed with historic moments. We often remember the negative, but Nixon's presidency saw the creation of the Environmental Protection Agency, or EPA, in 1970. He signed the Clean Air Act and the Clean Water Act, landmark pieces of legislation that have shaped environmental policy for decades. It is a side of his legacy that often gets overshadowed, but has had a lasting positive impact on the health of our planet and its people. And how about space? It was under Nixon's watch that Neil Armstrong and Buzz Aldrin walked on the moon in 1969. Nixon even made what he called the most historic phone call ever made from the Oval Office to the astronauts on the lunar surface. Can you imagine being the president to make that call? It connected the highest office on Earth with humanity's greatest leap into the cosmos. Beyond policy, Nixon was a man of surprising interests. He was an avid bowler and even had a one-lane bowling alley installed in the White House basement. He loved to relax by bowling a few frames. He was also a decent amateur pianist and even played a song he composed himself on a television program once. It shows a more personal, human side to a figure we often see as purely political and stern. Of course, we can't talk about Nixon without mentioning his groundbreaking trip to China in 1972. It was a diplomatic masterstroke that ended decades of isolation between the two nations and fundamentally reshaped global politics. This week that changed the world opened up communication and trade, and its effects are still felt in international relations today. It was a bold move that required immense political courage. From a poker-playing Navy officer to a world-changing president, Richard Nixon's story is a fascinating tapestry of ambition, failure, and incredible success. His legacy is a complicated one, filled with contradictions that still spark debate. Learning about these different facets helps us understand not just the man, but the turbulent era he helped define. Thanks for watching. If you found these facts as interesting as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into history. See you in the next video.